Well, you're on the John Fredericks Radio Network and the John Fredericks Media apps. It is great to have you with us. Follow me on social media everywhere at JF Radio Show, at JF Radio Show. That's better. We are live. Ryan Carty running the operation here. Good job, Ryan. You're doing a good job this week running the cam. And Waddy no longer with us. Larry is here driving a bus around. Of course, we're not driving anywhere. We're just parked here right for the state capitol in Indianapolis, Indiana. It's good to have you with us. You can see we're outside, and it's very cold here. It was certainly cold last night when I got back. Let me just tell you this. We got a lot to talk about today. Just you and I, lots to talk about. We want your calls, 888-480-JOHN, 888-480-5646. Let me sum up what's going on here in Indianapolis, in Indiana. Let me just sum it up in 3 words. Okay, the fight is fierce. I have seen now what we're fighting up close and personal. When I went to the state capitol yesterday, this is a Monday, like people got to go to work, right? No, not the left. They don't have jobs. And if they do, somebody's paying them to be here. So I go in the Capitol. There is a Senate hearing on the Elections Committee in order to get what passed through the House, the redistricting, out of the committee. There are 9 people on the committee. 5 votes needed to get it out. I'll bottom line it first. Good news, it got out of committee 6-3. So it's out of committee, now heading to the full floor of the Senate. Debates will go on for days. Tuesday, Wednesday, probably well into Thursday. Everybody's got something to say. And maybe the vote will be Thursday afternoon. Maybe it'll be Thursday night late. Maybe it'll be Friday. I don't know, but I'm going to be here. But let me tell you, when I got to that state capitol yesterday, 1 block away, walked upstairs to where the Senate chamber is, and the rotunda was packed. There was over 300 people. The left outnumbered us 99% to 1%. I found a handful of Trump and redistricting supporters. I found 300 anti-redistricting people that came in from all parts of the state. They were older. They were mostly female. They're fierce. This battle, I got to tell you, this thing is bare knuckles. And I have no idea what the outcome is going to be. I'm telling you right now, it's 50-50. We got 40 Republican senators. We need 26 votes. I'm told we have 23. Hard. That's what I'm told. By multiple people, same number. So that you can bank on. That puts them 3 votes short. Whether they'll get it or not, my friends, I do not know. They're going to try. We're going to try. We're going to be here all week. But let me tell you, this is the beginning. You got to understand what you're fighting here. These people want a Marxist takeover of the country, and they will stop at nothing. And this is supposed to be Indiana nice. These were nasty people. Now, I'm not saying mean or violent. They're just nasty, and they're fierce. And if you're not going to match this, you ain't going to win. You got no shot. I'm just being as blunt as I can. If you're not willing to get in this game right now, I'm just telling you from the front lines. I am on the front line. I'm on the Indiana front. You better lace them up and lace them tight and strap in, because any wavering, you will get blown out. These people are tough. Then I sat through that. Then there were like 700 comments. That thing went on for 7 hours. Just one after the other. They all got 2 minutes. Blah, 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 blah. Right? It's part of their Indiana system here. I got a lot to say on this today, but you're not going to get this anywhere else in America. You're going to get, Fox News or something with, somebody heard from somebody else. I'm here. I'm right out. Capitol's right there. Okay. So we're talking to everybody. Blah, 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 blah. All the public hearings. Then, finally that's done at like 6 o'clock. Now we got another hour and a half. There's 2 Democrats. They got to make their speeches. But they were fierce. And of course, at the end, you know what they brought up? Jim Crow, racist maps, racism, not respecting people of color. You heard it all. They brought up the Ku Klux Klan. This was like the Klan without a robe. And it went on and on and on. Now, they didn't start out that way. They started out asking questions about who designed the maps and why is it this way and why are we doing this. But when it got right down to it, they put that race card out and they flashed it big time. And that's all you're going to hear. That's all you're going to hear. These Republicans got to grow a pair. And I just don't know. I don't know. I know the governor is confident. Micah Beckwith is confident. I'm not confident. I think we get there, but if you think this is going to be a cakewalk, you're in the wrong business. This is tough, and the pressure being put on these guys by both sides. But they're fierce. Look, the White House has finally gotten in the game. Big time. Big time. They took out bazookas and tanks to our little pop guns here. Oh, and then to hear the dribble in there. I'm sorry, guys. The dribble. We recognize our Democratic colleagues who are so nice and they're so sweet. And thank you for your great questions. And this is the way we do it in Indiana. And thank you for pointing out that we're racist and Klan members. And you're so nice and so smart. And we love you. And this is the way we do it in Indiana. Blah, blah, freaking blah. You know what they're going to do in Virginia? They're going to tell the Republicans to shove it up their ass. They're going to jam that down your throat, and then they're going to pee on it. That's what they're doing in Virginia. Oh, you're so nice, and this is the kind of dialogue that we want. No, they are trying to take over the country. Oh, you're so sweet. We love our Democrats, don't we? They're Marxist communists that want you dead. That's what they want. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. I'm not sure these guys and gals have the guts for this. The White House does, and they're pulling out the stops. Here's what they told them yesterday. You know these things you get from us, right? Like USDA hubs and nuclear reactor hubs and all this money we give you? Guess what? Kiss that goodbye. Kiss that little money bag you're getting goodbye. We'll send it to Alabama. You're out. We're done playing Mr. Nice Guy. We're through with you. Hey, you Republicans, you like being a state senator? You like coming up here every day, getting paid, being nice? You like it? Okay, enjoy it until you get primaried out, because we're spending 7 figures plus a piece on every last one of you. This is the way you got to fight. There's no other way to fight this. We don't have it in us. I walked out of there last night, should have been ecstatic. We won the vote 6-3. And I was less confident that we were going to win this walking out than I was at noon walking in. And we got the 6 votes. It's because of the mamby-pambiness of this whole thing. Grow a spine. And I tell you, who I gained tremendous respect for was Mike Gaskill. Now, he's the chairman of this committee. And yes, he's Mr. Nice. I get it. But he said, hey, you know what? You can forget that this is not about Indiana. This is not about Marion County. This is about saving America. Because these guys are playing with cannons. And we're walking around with a butter knife. I mean, you got to get tough here. Okay, so here's what happened. I'm going to break it down for you. So Mike Gaskill chaired it, voted yes to get it out of committee, did a great job. And he's a very patient man, and he's very nice, and yay, rah. Okay? Greg Walker, Republican, voted no. Went on and on and on and cried 3 times. Cried. I'm so upset. My grandkids. Guys, a state senator, you're up there giving a speech. You cried 3 times. What are you crying about? Oh my, what am I going to tell my grandchildren? You're going to tell your grandchildren you saved America for them. Oh, what am I going to tell them? They have no representation. This is a Republican. The guy cried 3 times in a speech in front of a committee, and he's a Republican. Boo-hoo. Are you kidding me? You're crying for what? What am I going to tell my grandchildren that I didn't stand up for democracy? I couldn't take it. But I sat there. You know, I sat there because I'm a gentleman. At the end of the day, you could say whatever you want about me. I'm a gentleman. I do my job, and I'm a professional. I sat there and watched this guy cry his eyes out 3 times about what is he going to tell his grandchildren. I didn't stand up for democracy. You are standing up to save your country from a communist takeover so they are not eating out of a trash can, you moron. This is what you're dealing with here. Mike Walker, Greg Walker, unfriggin' believable. Okay. Then we get to our good votes. Daryl Schmidt, solid, voted yes, yay. Tyler Johnson, solid, voted yes, yay. Love those guys. No speeches, just yes. It's just, yes. These are my kind of guys. Like, I want those guys in my foxhole. I want Daryl Schmidt and Tyler Johnson in my friggin' foxhole. No speeches, no explanations on what their vote was. Yes. So I love these guys. This is the guys that have your back. They got your back, okay? Look them up. Then we get to the other 3 votes that voted yes, who are Republicans. Let's start with Stacey Donato. Nice young lady. Education committee chair. Very sweet. Asked her on my show. No. Asked her to talk to me. No. Why not? I don't talk to the media. Well, I'm just trying to figure out what you're going to do. Well, that's my thoughts. Well, you represent a Senate district. This is a national vote. Don't you think you should tell the world what your thinking is? No. Okay. No problemo. Stacey voted yes with a caveat. She voted yes with an explanation. And their explanation was, this vote yes is only so that we get more vetting of this. We need more questions. We need a greater dialogue. We need a bigger conversation. We need to understand the maps. We need to vet it. We need to see where they came from. We need to see the impact on the districts and the people and this and that. And we need multiple discussion. I'm voting to get it out of committee to put it on the floor. But make no mistake, this is not indicative of my vote this week. This is not an indication of how I will vote. When you got to vote and then you got to position it or explain it that it's not a real vote, I mean, what? I don't want her in my trench. Like, I'm dead. Like, John, I got your back. Okay, well, dear Jesus, I'm coming. I mean, you're a dead man. You got my back. I'm dead. Going straight up to heaven. Got to see St. Peter. I know there's a long list, whatever, right? I get it, right? But I'm going to say, hey, I did bet the Chargers last night plus 1.5. Jalen Hurts had 5 turnovers. I won my bet. Is that good for something? No. Hey, Killer Carl, your Eagles. I told you they were frauds. Total frauds. Won that bet. Okay. Who's that get us to? I'm on a roll today because I'm just telling you the truth. I'm trucking the truth. The truth, my friends, will set you free. I know it's painful. Nobody wants to hear it. But I'm here on the front lines telling you the truth. Like Stacey, nice lady. If she had my back, I'd be talking to St. Peter 15 minutes ago. Okay. Next. Greg Good. Nice enough guy. Same thing. I'm going to vote yes to get it out of committee. Greg, do you have a spine? I'm going to vote yes to get it out of committee. There needs to be a lot more discussion. We shouldn't really kill it here. We should be thinking about it. We should be talking about it. We should let all the Democrats have their say. All 10 of them. All 10 of them need to talk for hours and hours and hours and hours about Jim Crow and Ku Klux Klans and racism and Somalians and let's carry the Somalian flag and whatever else he babbled up there. But basically, thank you for voting yes to get it out of committee. Great, good, thank you. Nice guy. They're all nice people. It's Indiana nice. Nice guy, but then he has to also caveat his vote. This is not indicative of the way I'm going to vote. I'm going to hear all the evidence. I'm going to hear all the speeches. I'm going to hear Greg Walker cry a few more times. I'm going to have all that. And then we'll see. But this vote is not indicative of how I'm going to vote on the floor. Thanks, Greg, for getting it out of committee and that stunning vote of confidence. Rah. Oh, like the Jalen Hurts of Indianapolis Senate. Okay. What do you have, Carl? 5 turnovers? How do you get 5 turnovers on a Monday night? Throw the ball, intercept the ball. Hey, I had the Chargers. I'm good. I'm good, dude. Thanks, Carl. Let's get a little Jack going into the football playoffs. Get a little green for the scene, Carl. Needed that one after the shellacking I took last weekend. Let's get to Linda Rogers. Nice lady. These are all nice. Can't get mad at them. How do you get mad at nice people? They're just nice. They're all nice. Except the Democrats. They're not very nice. They called us racist, right? Because that's what they do, right? But that's fine. The Republicans are nice. Linda Rogers, thank you for Linda voting it out of committee. Yay. Thank you. But she also had to frame her vote to get it out of committee by saying, this is not my final vote. I haven't made a decision. I'm going to look at all the evidence. We need more dialogue. So therefore it's out of committee and everybody can talk about it. And if I vote no, I've got cover. Right now I have no cover. See, this is what this was about. See, I have no cover. See, if I'm a Republican and we need 5 votes and we got 3 solid and there's 3 swing votes and 2 of those vote no, you're turfed out the next week. See, but now you got cover. Well, there might be a lot of Republicans voting no. I might be one of many, but I'm not going to be one of 3. Now, if you're against it, then have the balls to vote no on committee. But no, they got to couch it. It's just not my cup of tea. So I'm from Washington, D.C. I'm not from Indiana, so I have to understand the Indiana Republicans' way of thinking. Except I love this guy, Mike Gaskell, because he's so nice. But at the end of the day, he's like, no, we're trying to save America. It's too bad if Marion County is split 4 ways. If the communists don't take over, it's a good thing. What are we going to tell my grandkids? I can't get over that. Greg Walker is going to be like, every time the chips get down and somebody folds their tent, I'm going to think about Greg Walker crying 3 times, making a speech. And he's the vice chair. He cried 3 times. You're voting no so the communists can take over and you can end Trump's presidency. And you're crying because you're going to show your grandkids that you're standing up for democracy. Yeah, you have a democracy, right? You have a president. It's called Trump. He won in a landslide. I mean, I can't get, this is something else. Let me just tell you, I'm going to open the phone lines up, but if you think this thing's a cakewalk, you got another thing coming. We are on the front lines of history. This thing, and I'm telling you, and go to my TikToks and all that. This is not 2 votes. You understand that, right? This is not 2 votes. This is 20 votes. This is 20 seats. Not 2, it's 20. Because if we can get this done, we are going to give a spine transplant to Republicans in state houses around the country. Here, sir and madam, Here is a new spine for you. We just got this made in Indiana. One thing about this spine is it's really durable and it's really stiff. When you hit this button, that spine stiffens up and you all of a sudden grow a backbone. You don't have to do anything. Inject here. Tell me I'm wrong. Somebody call me up and dispute what I'm saying. I was there. Greg Walker crying. That was it for me. 3 times. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. Unfrigging believable. I'm in the White House. You better start digging in that 1.2 billion, baby, and you better start turfing these people out ASAP. You're on the John Fredericks Media Network. If nothing else, I'm trucking the truth. I'm going to be right back. Stay with us with your calls, 888-480-JOHN.